Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Reina Creole, bringing you that spice to sci-fi and pop culture analysis and keeping it real when it comes to theme parks. So welcome to the Lunch Table Show, where during lunchtime we get together with folks in the fandom, which is you people out there, hanging out with my co-host, Fat Steven Seagal, who I'll bring up in a minute. And we just chat about what's up in pop culture, what's new, what's happening, what's shaking, what we wish did not appear into existence. And if the thumbnail didn't give it away for you guys, we are going to be talking Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I got a list of grievances, and we're gonna talk about them. But I definitely cannot do this show without my co-host, Fat Steven Seagal. How are you doing, my
dear? She fired me.
What?
No, I was kidding.
How are you?
I'm actually doing pretty good. I think I'm going to start a new theme by the time summer hits. It's called "It's Time to Burn Things Down," and I think it's time for that to happen.
Burn it down.
Burn everything down, and now we're at a precipice. And you're right with Doctor Strange in general, and Moon Knight to fall with that. No, literally, we're at a precipice where cameos are no longer actors and actresses and characters in comics. It is now music.
Yes.
Yeah, they're
literally
music.
music.
Yeah, literally music. And the thing is, they identified the whole 616 thing, and yet we're seeing. I can't. The more I think about it, the more like the main script went through this, and I was like, my head hurts. I need beer.
We're gonna get into it because honestly, between the crap that was Moon Knight and what I saw last night.
Oh, you mean 15 minutes of a superhero movie? Yeah, let's watch that. Yeah,
I said, yeah.
Wait, look, they found me. Marvel.
Someone's in trouble.
Hello.
I'm just like I've never. Anyway, but
Hello.
We are going to get into that.
Yes.
We are going to get into that. If that's Kevin Feige, say, yeah, I sent him that. First of all, there are 12 of you in here watching. Thank you so very, very, very much. And I want to welcome Robert Wiles as a member of my channel. Thank you so much, Robert, for joining. I appreciate it. Also, if you are a member, We've got a Jackbox game stream, which is open to everyone on Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. However, if you are a channel member, you get first crack at being on the panel of players. So definitely check out the community tab and all of the lovely, lovely things that I have for you guys who happen to be members. There's also going to be an announcement coming out over this weekend about a giveaway just for members that is going to be coming up soon. I'm what?
Do not give away me, I hope, because I don't want to be
No,
a co-host. You know?
there's not enough posters,
Do
man.
not
You know
seek
that.
attention, Steven. Let her talk.
Hey CJ, how you doing? Good to see you. He says, "Sup, boss? What's up? How you doing? How you doing?" My thumbnail guy in there in the chat, love it. Robert Wild says, "Be blessed, everyone." Well, we most certainly will, and thank you so much for that. And boom, here we go. So we're gonna get to that in a minute. But first, hey Kaylee, who says smash the like button and share out the stream, everyone. Yes, thank you so very much, Kaylee.
Be right back.
Awesome. Yeah.
What's up with the door?
Loki is here. Loki's more niggas of mischief says, I just want to know why the movie wasn't called Scarlet Witch in the Multiverse of Madness. Dude, because nobody would have gone to freaking see it. But I get your point. And that's one of my points of contention about this film. It's we gonna get into it. Supposed to be Doctor Strange, but all about Wanda and her stuff that they should have gotten fixed and straight in WandaVision, but didn't. So they used this movie basically to try and do that. Something else. Let's see, we have Keely Chow here. Hello. It says, hey, everybody, good morning. Well, good morning to you. And roll tide, roll tide. Glad to see ya. Let's see here. And we have, okay, Loki and CJ are pulling it. I want to know why it wasn't called the Scarlet Witch, which is totally awesome. Definitely not a villain and perfectly justified in her actions. Oh, and did we mention there's some multiverse or something? Yeah, it again, the movie for me seemed to be all wrapped around what Wanda wanted and what Wanda wanted to do. And what Wanda wanted and what Wanda wanted to do, they should have fixed in WandaVision and brought Doctor Strange in there, but they didn't want to do that. And we know why, right? Because, and Loki nailed it. Oh, yes, CJ, totally standing against the patriarchy. So stunning and brave. Oh, God, bumped this movie. Dragon Master 360 is here. He says, hi, guys. Hello. Hello to see you. Hello to see you. We got Rambam 3000 from over there across the pond says, we're doing it live. God dang it. Doing it live. That is one of the best clips ever. Jester of Sin waves and say, hey, y'all. Well, hello. Hello. Glad to see you here. Glad to see you here. And before I forget, blow myself up here. We are talking spoilers on this show for the new Doctor Strange movie. So if you do not want to get spoiled, I suggest you drop out of the chat, come back after you've seen the movie, because we are talking spoilers. Because let's put it this way, if it's a movie I really, really like, I don't want to do spoilers. But if it's a movie that had a lot of points in it that just pissed me the heck off, I don't care. So I'm going to spoil it for you. So that's your warning right there that we are going all in on the spoilers. Hey, Lonnie Holcomb, who says, hey all, good to see you. Good to see you. And Lonnie, I owe you an email back, my dear. I'm going to get to it eventually. I'm sorry. Let's see. Thank you. Thank you. And Matthew Lempicki, I hope I did that right, says, hello, beautiful lady. Well, hello. Hello to you too. And we have Monkey Jeeba says, I like Doctor Strange. Okay, I'm going to ask this question. First of all, if you like the movie, you like the movie. I am not after you for if you like this movie and you enjoyed the heck out of it, you enjoy the heck out of it. This is your girl's opinion, and my opinion and $2 can not buy you a cup of coffee at Starbucks, inclusive of tax. So when you say I like Doctor Strange, do you mean the first Doctor Strange movie, the Doctor Strange character in general from the comics, or this new movie? I just need a little bit more context. I just want to be accurate when I respond. Hey,
Sorry.
Campbell, how are you? Says, hey, Lorena. Well, hello to you, my dear. Hello. Robert Wild says, you have earned my respect, Lorena Creole. So I joined. Be blessed, and you have a blessed soul. Well, thank you so very much. Thank you, Robert. I sure do appreciate that. It's a big deal to earn somebody's respect. So I truly appreciate it. Ram Bam 3000 says, to quote Neon and Geeky, it's a mess. Yes, it is. Now, granted, this is me, Fat Steven. I'm actually gonna share this screen because I love throwing up these articles so you guys can see what we're talking
Before
about.
you do that, the best way to sum up Multiverse of Madness is the way the movie is set out is exactly how the trailer is. It is the same jumbledness. It is the same road. And if you actually look at about it, it's called Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. But technically, it's called Mom, which is literally about one person who's the enemy, and she's a mom. Who is that? Wanda. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just it's a mess for me. It's 5 different movies. Well, first of all, let me back up a little bit. I love Sam Raimi, okay? He's an amazing director. But like I tell people, and I've been saying from the beginning, a director can only do as good a job given the material that he's given. There's only so many ways that you can polish a turd. It's still a turd, but well, I'm not saying the movie's a turd, although parts of it did smell. But that's the thing, because a lot of people make this mistake thinking that the director can save a crap script. And it may be able to look really good because it does. It had a lot of slick effects. I mean, the octopus monster actually kind of like that. Lots of cool special effects through this. I really did not have a problem with it or with how it was shot visually. I really didn't. But my problem that I had with it is that there were all of these things going on. It seemed like I was watching 5 different movies. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. This movie, I expected to see Doctor Strange and more insight into Doctor Strange and who his enemies were and the fallout of his decision that he made in Infinity War. I did not expect to have to sit through a movie to make up for the fact that WandaVision couldn't stick the landing.
It wasn't
and
even,
to presume that you had to watch that before you watched this movie.
But that's not it. But that's it. Even if you didn't watch Wanda, it doesn't solve Wanda. It doesn't solve anything with WandaVision at all. And you can tell where the Sam Raimi things were in there. Mm-hmm. But most of the time, there was no real Sam Raimi. And the only thing I can give them credit is that when we get introduced to Chavez throughout the whole movie, it's the first time Marvel has done a female character that doesn't irritate the crap out of you. So they have learned some things, but they have failed on delivery of others.
I would agree with that totally. I mean, they didn't stick the landing with even trying to wrap up what was going on with WandaVision in this movie.
I gave up magic. Blah 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 blah.
Slocho Gomez, who she's a new actress, she's a young actress. I can see there's definitely going to be growth for her. I did like the dynamic between America Chavez and Doctor Strange. Kind of like that. I call it the toxic male, but you guys know when I say that, of wanting to protect her, especially considering his alternate self try to take her powers. I actually like that. And you're right. They actually made her likable. I liked her a whole much more than I did Wanda in this.
See, I'm going to quote, because I told you about how me and Script did a whole 2-hour spoiler fest, right, about this. Mm-hmm. And there's something from that I want to bring up. And that's the thing when we're first getting introduced with. Are we not talking about spoilers or no?
Oh, we're talking spoilers.
All right, good. When we first get
spoilers.
Awesome. When we first get introduced to this movie and it does that opening scene when we're seeing what we now know as Defender Strange and Chavez running throughout the thing, there's one point where you're saying they're stealing the powers. And there's another way I was trying to actually associate and look at this is the fact that maybe he wasn't really trying to steal her powers, but since he knew that shadows can only control her powers as a reflex due to fear and intimidation, he was trying to strike that moment of fear through
Mm-hmm.
distrust to get her to escape. And I think that wasn't delivered enough. But it applied more. Oh, we can't trust the man pretense. But I think there was an underlying layer that wasn't properly introduced.
No, it really wasn't. And it could have been something as simple as a flashback or even something that he says to her,
Mm-hmm.
which later on in the film, she's just
That
like,
was there,
yeah, that it's just like he did that.
but it was there.
How?
When he re-inhabited the corpse of that Defender Strange body, that
Uh-huh.
was the atonement, but they didn't deliver it. So they did do the full circle, but no, you actually had to think about it to actually
And
see it.
that's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
exactly. Yeah. Normally would be like,
And
Pop.
that's kind of what it is because when it
Yeah.
comes to this, I'm a normie, and I see all you guys, like 24 you guys watching, and you have awesome comments because we are going to freaking go through all of them. I am a normie when it comes to Doctor Strange. I have one comic that has Doctor Strange, Vision, and the Scarlet Witch in it, only because
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man has his black suit. That's the only reason why I bought that one. So for me, I'm a normie to Doctor Strange. The first Doctor Strange movie I absolutely freaking loved. I loved that movie. So for me, I'm a normie. So things like small things like that, I'm going to miss. But if you're making this movie predominantly to get into the wallet of normies, you need to make that connection because I'm looking at this like, so it's at first I was like, why is she stealing her powers? If it did come full circle, I totally missed that. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I could see if it's like, okay, I have to go read the comic to find out. It's kind of irritating. But when you're telling a cinematic story like that and you're not telling it in print, you need to bring that to the surface. And it didn't happen. Like something else I'll get into a little bit later, which I swear they ripped off a Total Recall to to do it. Dragon Master 360 says, how many times did you cuss Lorena Creole? In my head, several times. Most notably, let's see, which spoiler am I going to do first? We'll do the one that second most pissed me off, and then the first one. I cussed the loudest
Ah,
when second loudest when Reed Richards met his demise. John Krasinski is Reed Richards. That's the only time that I clapped in that movie because I liked seeing him. Okay. I didn't think that was going to happen, and it did. And the whole theater lost their crap when he showed up. But to have him go out the way that he did, no. And
so you're
then,
calling me like a pull and peel?
yeah, yeah, like get like a, like the pull and peel Twizzlers or whatever, all of that, and then have his freaking brain explode. All right, that. Then let me get to Professor X. She
Uh,
basically wound up, getting in his brain and all of that with the chivalry of, okay, I'm going to save you, I'm going to save you. And she freaking winds up snapping his neck and killing him. I couldn't.
can we add something to that, please? When they introduced Professor X in his giant banana hammock of a motorized wheelchair, they actually used the 97 theme to introduce him. They also cameo his powers from the 616
Mm-hmm.
Universe comic books. Yet we're in 818. So 616 X-Men supposedly they're trying to say is that maybe this one does exist in our universe, but we have yet to see them since there has been no introduction of mutants. So we're
Mm-hmm.
like, it's like
It's I
they
didn't
some of the crap.
appreciate that,
You know,
and
I
I
did
see
not.
some of the comments that you guys are making, and I'm gonna get to them. Right now, your girl is a hot ball of spicy fire reacting to what she saw, last night. So for those of you who are kind of like, no, well, they're the different and different multiverses, I know that. I do, but I'm reacting to what I see on screen. Don't bring somebody in for a cameo just to do that. At least
Don't
not
play
on that
music.
level. And yeah, and the music too. It's like you hear the member berries are annoying. They just are to me. If Marvel hadn't been doing the crap that they've been doing, it probably wouldn't have bothered me, but it is. Dr. Quaid says Doctor Strange was a big bunch of meh. And you know what? For a summer blockbuster, it didn't feel like it.
Wait, that was a blockbuster.
That's what they tried to pull it off as. Usually when, because you remember anytime a Marvel movie would drop, it was just crazy. You would go see it, and what you saw on screen was just mind blowing for the most part. I mean, forget Ultron, we'll forget that one. But it would feel like a summer blockbuster. And this, you drop this in May. I mean, granted, it's not Memorial Day weekend. That's like the official kickoff, but it's not even a good lead in. Dylan Campbell says, I have yet to see Multiverse of Madness, may see it tomorrow night. I tell people go to the matinee, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see what you think of it. Hey, theme park casual, have no interest in the movie, but haven't been able to join Raina and Steven in a long time. Well, I am so glad. So glad you're here, theme park casual. Always good seeing you. And Commander Ed Stracker of Shadow, another channel member, says Lorena Creole, hello, beautiful Lorena, and Fat Steven Seagal, happy TGIF. Yes, happy TGIF indeed. Indeed. Monkey Jeeba says people are complaining that variants didn't act like the characters they know from the comics. LOL. Now, I know for me, I'm not into comics. So
Mm,
that part
mm.
I can't comment on.
For me, I won't go down that road. It's the fact that they're using these comic imagery personas, but they don't treat them with respect. Xavier is pretty much one of the most powerful psychics out there, and wanted to snaps his neck. I appreciate the scene they did with her in Wanda Maximoff's mind. That was great, but
Mhm.
it's like then we finally get Krasinski, and he's supposed to be Mr. Fantastic, smartest man of this world's universe. Black
Yeah.
Bolt, who can destroy your voice with a whisper, and they pull a Matrix, and his head pop. Literally, that's the thing that was driving me nuts in here. And I'm not trying to say like this is woke. I'm not going to use those words. I hate using those words. But when we're seeing a villain, a female villain, whether it's from comic book, animated movies or not, and there's a male protagonist who is a hero, they do fight it off. We got none of that. The closest we got to a male versus female altercation was either X invading Wanda's mind,
Hmm.
or just the defense of Kamatage. Kamatage. That's it. That's it. We didn't
Hmm.
see any man on female attacks at all.
I so
Not even
didn't
not
for
even the final
me.
battle. He used demons. He didn't throw a punch.
No, no, he used demon. And honestly, I thought that this movie needed to be over as soon as Wanda attacked Kamar-Taj.
Oh yeah.
You know, Doctor Strange should have been like, "Let's smoke this heifer," and end the entire
Yeah.
movie. That's exactly how I felt by seeing that. John Ware Jr. says the MCU content reminds me of rap videos in the early 2000s, all about the cameos as Kraft dies on the mic, or in this case, this screen. And that's a good point. That's a very, very good point. It's like the craft of writing and putting it on screen is gone. Now it's, guess what? We show you, John Krasinski as Reed Richards. You wanted that, right? Guess what? We bring back, not only Professor X, but Professor X from the X-Men movies,
Yeah.
and use that title. It's just showing you this stuff, but not
Giving you it.
yeah, not crafting, not crafting the writing, around it. And you just bring these characters in just to destroy them. And it's just, no, no. If you, I can't with that right now. There needs to be a Fandom Menace parody of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. You know what? I would love to freaking see that. I would love to see that. And Michael Quaid says, truly, it should have been a Disney Plus series because America Chavez, I mean, goodness, she's just kind of meh. I think with her, from what I understand, and Fat Steven, correct me if I'm wrong, the run of her in the comics was not very profitable
I never touched her comics. I'm sorry. I have
at all.
I had no touch of her comics at all. I'm
I
sorry.
heard I heard it was not they took the least profitable character and are now, with the amount of screen time and character exposition she got in this movie, didn't warrant who she, who she was in the comics. So
Yeah.
it was
Uh,
kind of it was flat. I mean, it was okay. I didn't really care one way or another, really, like what happened to her. So let's see. They couldn't afford to do all the effects on the TV show. Well, then they need to get creative. And there's plenty of TV shows that do this,
mhm.
instead. So that's understandable. But if you understand that you have a limited SFX budget, your writing needs to be tight and you need to be able to stick the landing at the end of that show. It's like, I love you to death, but it's like one of these things don't, that I hate these people getting away with is giving us crap content like Moon Knight,
Oh god.
and it's of no quality, and relying on special effects to tell the story. I tell people, classic case, the original series of Star Trek, okay? Notoriously cheesy special effects,
Yeah.
but the stories stellar. Absolutely, absolutely
There,
freaking stellar.
there is a compliment also within this, though. The choreography and the fight scenes, whether it has special effects or not, I did like. I felt like I was kind of watching comic book panels at certain points.
Mhm.
Wong, as much as he's supposed to be the Sorcerer Supreme, they pretty much trampled all over him as not being a sorcerer, as being a supreme. But we also know why he was
Mhm.
mandated that due to the blip. But it did. The choreography was pretty good. I did like the fight scenes. It felt like I was in a comic book at
Mhm.
certain. But that's it. We're getting bits and pieces scattered throughout, and I don't know. I'm trying not to sound like don't watch it. Go make your own opinion, but it's something I've watched twice. I have watched it twice.
Yeah, and I'm like this with that, Stephen. It's like if you watched it, if you like it, that's great. That's absolutely great. But I just know, for me personally, it just didn't do it. It just really did not. It didn't do it for me. And frankly, I'm like out when it comes to the MCU, because I just was not thrilled at all, with this. But that's just me personally. Punk Nova Trace, thank you so much for the 99-cent super sticker. And let's see, what do we have? I wish StreamYards could tell me what
You
this
think they would, right?
oh yes, it's Smiley with devil horns. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that 99-cent super sticker. And let's see, I have a member chat from, hold on one second. Let's see. I have a member chat from Deranged Lunatic. Thank you so very much. Has been a member for 8 months. Chris Gore says the new Doctor Strange sucks. Um, I would give it a D. It's not. It's subpar. It really is. It's subpar storytelling. It really is. It's not the Eternals, because Eternals was complete ass, but no, we know Marvel can do better, and they didn't. I'm with Chris Gore on this. This movie, no, I don't like it. And I love the first Doctor Strange movie, but this one, mm-mm. Ram Bam 3000 for £5 of the Queen's money, that proper money. Any movie about the multiverse which doesn't feature an incarnation of the eternal champion, Elric, Okram, etc., is a waste opportunity. Who is the eternal champion? Do you
That
know?
I'm falling on deaf ears. I do not know. I'm not gonna pretend I do.
Okay. Okay. Because that part I don't know. So I'm guessing it's one of those goats in the multiverse. Goat, aka greatest of all time. That's what I'm guessing. We're probably talking about. That's what I'm thinking. Let's see. Thank you, Ram Bear 3000. I love that. I hate it when there's stuff, because there's so much comic lore and stuff out there that I don't know. I hate it when I don't know stuff. I like to ask people. about it. Let's see here. In for the long haul. Hey, Jester of Sin, are you in for the long haul when it comes to the MCU? I'm just curious. I just need context. I just need context. And I don't have an issue with how Reed Richards interfaced with Wanda. Actually, that made perfect sense. I just don't like the way that he went out. I
It
have
didn't even.
issues with that. I have total issues with that. I really do. Let's see. Lorena Creole, correct title for Doctor Strange. Hey folks, more Disney me, she, PU, Wicked Wanda, and with a pinch of Doctor Strange banana universe. I have nothing against female villains. As a matter of fact, the Borg Queen from the movies is one of my favorite female villains. Love that. I absolutely love her. But this, all I see, especially with the Disney Plus series, is I see this and I see that they basically use a multi-million-dollar movie to try to fix their mistakes for TV. That's it.
Mhm.
Let's see. Do you plan to see that? Hey, Raven Slug Algae says, "Oh no, not another live stream." We're all over the place. Oh, Candyman 2020. I haven't seen that, and I refuse to see it.
I don't even think all the scenes were Sam Raimi's though. You can tell the difference in the shots. Some of the things.
Which one, in Candyman or in Doctor
Mom
Strange? Oh, and
and the
Mom.
mom. Yeah.
It could have been the second unit. It could have been. Hey, Robert, how you doing? How you doing? And Loki says Raimi didn't even know the ending halfway through filming. Are you
Mhm.
serious?
Mhm.
Well, that freaking explains a lot. Okay, I thought it was just me because it was going places from just like, why are they freaking going there? Why are they going here? The fact that he didn't even know, and Sam Raimi is such an iconic director. To me, that seems disrespectful that you can't have the script lined up. I mean, you're going to have these, slight rewrites that are going through, but for the most part, knowing everything about the movie from start to finish to have your complete vision when you're shooting. So to me, that just sounds absolutely freaking disrespectful. Jacqueline for $5. Thank you so very, very, very much for that. Limited SF budget for TV? Yes. Tight writing. Besides Star Trek, Wonder Woman, The Incredible Hulk, we don't talk about Spider-Man. Talk about Spider-Man. Yeah, Wonder Woman, The Incredible Hulk, back when they didn't have a whole lot of special effects budgets. They had to save it for certain parts, but the writing was absolutely freaking amazing. So I think one of the downsides to CGI being so prevalent is that people tend to use that to tell the story instead of the writing to tell the story. Prime example, Pixar, but that's a rant for another. That's a rant for another stream. There are over 31 of you folks in here watching. Thank you so very much as we are in here talking Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Let's see, we have so many amazing comments in here, and I so do appreciate that. Hello, Jerry Minozy. Good to see you. Good to see you. Let's see. Michael Quaid says, and this is what I'm talking about. I'm supposed to believe that Wanda can beat Professor X in a mind battle. That's ridiculous. Yeah, that was insulting to me.
We were forgetting one thing. Um, she is still a Nexus being, as much as it's not being displayed or told throughout it. Wanda is
Uh-huh.
still a Nexus being.
Which means, tell me for somebody who hasn't seen the comics.
I gotta pull the definition again, but um,
That's something that puts
Nexus
her
beings are rare individual entities with the ability to affect the probability and thus the future, thereby alter the flow of the universal time stream. These beings each referred to as a nexus, keystones of the multiverse. So Wanda in general, we've already seen has the ability to alter reality. So all she can do is like technically, I guess the psychic plane is still a form of reality. She can manipulate that too. Xavier the whole time might have thought, "Hey, I'm in someone's mind," but it could also have been a perception based off the Wanda. There's two Wandas in that mind, so we don't actually know who had control. Yeah.
Okay. See, that's why I'm glad I have you here. D Nice Gamer says, "Hey, Lorena and Fat Steven, how are you both doing? We are both doing absolutely fine.
Mediocre.
Hanging out with you guys in here. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it." Let's see here. So many great comments in here, and I totally man, I hate it when this thing moves and stuff like jumps in here. Punk Nova Trey says, "I'm planning to go see Doctor Strange 2 with an open mind, Lorena Creole." As you should.
Yeah, you should.
As you should. I'm a talking head here, just spouting off my, what my opinion is, to kind of riff off of something my grandmother used to tell me. What you eat doesn't make me go to the bathroom. It's a gross analogy, but it's very correct. You go in, like I went into this with an open mind, definitely because I love the Doctor Strange movie, the first one, so much. I have been looking forward to this movie for a long time, especially when Sam Raimi was announced as the director. So definitely go into it without any preconceived notions and see how you like it, or see how you don't like it. For me, it's not something I want to see again. I would actually go back and watch Shang-Chi and the 10 Bracelets before I see this movie again. But it's not on the level of Eternals, where I never want to see that movie, again. I think, because Fat Steven, didn't this movie go through a crazy amount of reshoots? Okay. And I think that was probably the problem. If they would have tied this up into a cohesive, tight story, which is not what we were given, I'd probably be less critical. But we've come to expect a lot from Marvel, and that mishmash that they gave us in this film, no. Because speaking of mishmash, and I was talking about what I thought they ripped off of something from Total Recall. You remember the part where they're in the alternate New York City?
Yep.
Green is red and red is green. Okay, so they go by this place where they step on this thing, and it's like a memory store that replays, your memories to you. And you see this scene like way, way, way back where Christine is there with Doctor Strange, and she gives him the watch, the iconic watch where he had his accident in. And it's kind of like, that's worthy of more than a flashback.
Or when he talks about the sister.
Yeah, or when he talks about the sister, it's just like, again, you're saying words. We need to see that. We need to see that in order to get the emotional impact, but they didn't. Then you have America Chavez step on the same thing, and then you do like this flashback. And to me, that those two things are so much important exposition. I just thought reducing them to a flashback was, akin to implanting your brain with memories like they did in Total Recall. I really just didn't appreciate that. Let's see. Dylan Campbell says, "What were the horror elements like?" Now, I will say, I did like those. I did like the horror elements because I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for them. I'm kind of blind when it comes to that. I liked, the undead coming back. Corpse, Doctor Strange.
Oh, with the hand scene and all the hand. Yeah, I did like that. That was cool.
Funny. That was very Evil Dead-ish. So that's why I kind of
the mirror scene. That. The mirror scene where she's going through all the reflections, and they did that one eye shot. That's pretty much that's an Evil Dead pullback where you're seeing the eye. So it was like, all right, that's pretty cool. And when she came out of the gong, and you're hearing the body miscontort,
wasn't that
back.
Oh, that was. I did like that.
If Raimi actually had a little bit more control, I think, and this was pushed up to, let's say, a 14A, you could have done a Evil Dead like horror theme throughout all of it, and actually made it a darker comic book movie. The problem is, it's called Multiverse of Madness, and there's no madness. There's no absolute terror. This girl should be terrified for life for the fact that someone is trying to steal her essence, her abilities, demons, and using all these things, and we're getting like, hey, that thing's chasing us. Let's stop. Look, turn around and take a Kodak picture of it to show how terrified we almost are.
Yeah, it was how would I call it? It's like but it's like PG-13 horror, but without like not without the thriller element that like escalates the fear.
Yeah.
You're right, that wasn't there. It was kind of like, oh, that's funny to look at. Oh, okay, that's a pretty good makeup job. Oh, okay, that CGI is cool. But the horror elements were okay.
Yeah.
They were okay. There were some of them I liked and some of them that I didn't like. Loki says, y'all mentioned watching it once. Do you have any desire to watch this again, or is this more disposable entertainment? Loki, this is just me. Disposable entertainment. I have no desire to see this again. When Spider-Man No Way Home came out, I felt peer pressure into going to see it. I'm like, why the heck do I want to freaking, see this movie? But when I got there, and then the scenes when Tobey Maguire showed up, and then I got introduced to Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, I was like, I have to see this again. I have to get this on physical media. I have to have it because I want to experience it again. No, this I do not. I don't want to experience again. It's good for popcorn and a one and done.
But I did watch this twice. I watched it the night before, Wednesday night, and then I watched it Thursday morning. So when I was doing that stream with script, I was at least making sure I was looking for as many things as possible. And it might be rewatchable, but there's also someone else that brought up a great point. We're also in a
Mhm.
generation of age where these aren't being made for us anymore. They're being made for younger generations who are oblivious to the things we're looking for or the nostalgia that is attached. They're just seeing flashing lights, these characters they've seen in books or cartoons, and it is placating off the Michael Bay, here's an explosion, here's a little bit of story, here's a joke there kind of format. So I can understand that too. I don't in itself think it's a bad film, but I do think it is delivered badly.
It's delivered very, very badly. It's like I want it's the kind of thing where because I like Doctor Strange so much and I could see some of the things that they're trying to do, I literally want to rewrite it and reshoot it so that it is something that is more cohesive. But
I want
it's
a
like
Raimi cut, yeah.
it's jumbled exactly. It's like it's a jumbled up, you know,
Yeah. But
mess.
that's just it. How is it we can get Deadpool with a unicorn cut for younger audiences, but we can't get a Multiverse of Madness for a I have ADHD, so I don't think it falls under the ADHD. I think it falls under how much you can grab your attentions, and the bright color format within Marvel is pretty much proving that.
Hmm.
I think it falls under the fact that I just totally lost my train of thought. Damn
Oh,
it!
that's okay. You'll get it back. I'm gonna get
No, I
Kevin
won't.
Taylor's
I'm
thing.
ADHD. It's gone in the web. It's just gone.
He says, just curious
Wow.
how Will Poulter will do as Adam Warlock in Guardians 3, but will not watch the movie. I like the first two Guardians of the Galaxy movies, but considering how Marvel has been doing with their movies, I honestly believe I am done with the MCU films. They're not what they used to be. It's like I can understand you want to write for new audiences, but good writing is good writing.
Yeah.
If you're going to
It,
give me something that's worth my time seeing. But I don't see that. Don't see that with this.
but monkey, what I'm saying is this has nothing to do with Deadpool the character. It's the fact that they could have done something that had
Hmm.
two versions and actually gone for a 14A. That means the kids can still see it with their parents, and it's not too PG-13. But then,
Hmm.
if you want younger kids want to see it, they still have the unicorn cut come out later. But I
Hmm.
just hope that it doesn't feel like Raimi had much control, and you were getting bits and pieces of Raimi throughout it.
Yeah.
I do want pizza balls though. For some reason, I really want to try a pizza
Oh
ball, and I
God,
don't know what.
pizza balls sound amazing. I like that.
Bruce Campbell.
He can stop hitting himself.
How long is that supposed to go on for? I didn't know if they said 3 minutes or 3 weeks.
I think it was 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So I think it was 3 weeks. Unexpected Fire says having a love plot with Rachel McAdams and not having Vision seems kind of backwards. Yeah, I didn't like the fact that there was no Vision in this.
Yeah, I'm like that's another underlying pretense here. It's like Wanda wants her kids back and wants to have her kids and is literally just only thinking about her kids. I thought she was in. She says she's lost the man she loves. Yet, what Vision's still wandering the planet. We don't know where he is, and yet we're not even seeing any nod or like thoughts about on the father figure.
Right.
It's like I love this man, but he abandoned me. So what? You're playing off the abandoned father routine, and I don't know if they were actually trying to play that, or it was just supposed to be implied, or you make up your own decision.
It just didn't. I don't know. I just I just didn't like
Yeah.
that was another lost opportunity because one of the most contentious things that I liked in WandaVision was when Vision would call her out on what was going on. That was one of the things that I loved. So if they had brought him in there to confront her, I really think that would have had a much better dimension than dealing with America Chavez character. Nikki D, thank you so much for that $5 super sticker. Says, keep it up, little teal guy. So keep it up. Thank you, my dear. Thank you. I love seeing your avatar. That always makes me smile. I love SpongeBob SquarePants. That's my guilty pleasure. Let's see. Oh, dude, I could only 10 minutes of the Eternals. I turned it off and I watched it on Disney Plus. I did not go and see that in the theater. CJ says, well, since the last couple of years, I come to expect SJW crap from Marvel. And Kevin Feige's been parroting that point. And there's
All
a
right.
directive within Disney that is where they are going. They didn't say that just for their health. That's exactly where they're going with it. Oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Katsune. Let me interrupt you.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. But I'm still thinking. I don't think Feige is the guy that he's been placating to be. The problem is the one faltering thing I've seen throughout all of this since within this phase since Iron Man is the fact that we have not had any type of Favreau moment re-injected in that could actually be a checkpoint, so to say, like from video games, a checkpoint of where it's like you
Mhm,
remember. That's why everyone's falling back on Iron Man 1 or
mhm,
the Winter Soldier because there's been
mhm.
nothing else.
Yeah. Mm. The Sentinel says, ultimately, I will buy this on home video, and I haven't bought a Marvel film since Endgame. I also got No Way Home. That's cool. That's cool. If it appeals to you, collect it. Absolutely. Absolutely. See, I'm not going to tell you whether you should or shouldn't see it.
Yep.
I'm just going to give you my armchair opinion. That's pretty much it. I'll just let you guys know what I think, and then you guys can decide. That's what I love doing that. Jerry Minoza, I heard that they couldn't use the name Shuma Gorath because I guess that's a Marvel proprietary thing and Disney doesn't own that name. Is that correct?
Or they get something like that, or was it DC thing? I don't know.
Yeah, it's something that they couldn't use it as known from the Marvel universe. So they had to call it they had to call it something they had to call it something else. Let's see. Rambam 3000 says also Multiverse of Madness makes it sound like something out of the HP Lovecraft stories. Hmm, interesting. I'm not completely. I didn't read H.P. Lovecraft, although I know some other people did. But kind of like that weird mystical title, I kind of get where you're coming from. I did like that, The Sentinel, because it reminds me of like those 1950s monster movies.
Oh,
So I
that's
thought
another
that was
thing.
funny.
Yeah, that's another thing. Actually, script brought up. They actually did a nod to Godzilla films, like kaiju films, because when Shima Gorath came in, it actually had that drum set, right? So that was also pretty
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah. You can't kill Shuma Gorath either. He's not an underling. He's a conqueror of worlds.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Let's see. So many cool comments that are going out here. Yeah, I did like Bruce Campbell. I got to meet him in person, so I liked seeing Bruce Campbell. Yeah, wish they could have used them better. It's kind of one of those things, and again, like with cameos with Bruce Campbell, can't use him too much. He's gonna overshadow other people. So I like that they used him the way that they did. Hey, Zachariah 13, glad to see you. It's a pizza ball, not a bowl. Pizza ball. So like think of pizza all in like a little ball. That's probably going to be sold at a food location in Disney World probably pretty soon.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm guessing that they will. Yes, pizza satisfies a lot of people, unlike Brie Larson. Oh yeah, and also in this movie, not Carol Danvers, it's actually Maria Rambeau
Yep.
as Captain
Uh,
Marvel.
Monica Rambeau's mother.
Yeah. And Peggy Carter.
You mean the Rocketeer Carter? Because she had the
Yes.
jetpack too. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So they had her. Although I did like seeing her. I didn't watch the What If series. I thought
No,
she
no, that battle scene was wicked when she's tearing up the floor from Marvel.
mhm.
I enjoyed that, but it's yeah,
John Ware Jr. says, I have a feeling Wanda isn't dead, especially with Vision out there. Unless we see a dead, lifeless corpse.
she's not dead because
Yeah.
there's multiple versions in different universes. So all it takes is one Wanda in another multiverse losing her mind, and then it happens all over again, right?
Hmm. Yeah. Let's see. Michael Quaid says, I'm saying, if nothing else, a vision from a different universe confronting her could have been really interesting. Seems like a no brainer to me. And that's what I was expecting to freaking see. If anybody can talk crap to her and get away with it, I say get away with it, but pretty much argue on a level that she would respect, would be Vision.
Hmm.
They didn't put that in there.
Or a multiverse where her parents are still alive.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hey, Kaylee says, who do you guys think is the best Marvel director? Hmm. I'll let you answer that fast, Steven. I'll let you go first with that.
Fox Kids, they're cartoons.
Well, I'll ask like this. Who directed The Winter Soldier?
I think that was Jake Johnston or John Johnston, I think.
Because the action in that was flipping incredible. So there's two. My personal favorite is John Favreau because I love the first Iron Man movie, but not known to me, but I love the body of work is The Winter Soldier. That one, mm, absolutely flipping amazing. Hello, David Chilson says good morning or well, good afternoon or good morning, folks. Glad to see you. Glad to see you. Let's see. Wundagore Mountain is the base of the High Evolutionary. He might have been there and taken Wanda too. They could have Vision save her. Um, that's a good point. But something I want to bring up about Wundagore Mountain, and maybe this is just me, but why did it look like what is it, Vormir?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the part where they kick you off. If you want the soul stone, you got to kill the person that you love the most. It looked from the outside, it looked like Vormir in the daytime. It
Really?
just, it didn't look distinctive to me when I saw it. I mean, yeah, they had snow and all that crap, around it, but that maybe it was just me. I don't know. It just looked it didn't look distinctive enough until you got in the inside set, but from the outside, that's what I got. That's what I got when I looked at it. Hello, Mohammed. Saeed says, hail, and good to see you here. Let's see. We also have uh Insomniac Lunatic. I love that AVI. Very, very cool. Hey, Lorena, it's me, Martin Sue. I now go by Insomniac Lunatic or just Looney for Short. All right. Well, good to see you with the new name. How's the movie? Is it meh or at least okay? Um, I would call it meh. I mean, there's some good parts. There's some not so good parts. But it's not something that I wanted to see again and something that pretty much let me down. So it's like if I had to give it a scale on 1 to 10, I'd give it a 4. Okay, maybe okay, I'll give it a 4.5 purely because Benedict Cumberbatch is easy on the eyes. I will say that. Absolutely. And he looks freaking awesome in a suit. Yeah, that's my personal bias. Hey, Release McCracken, how are you? Thanks for being a channel member. Says good vibes. Well, thank you so much, my dear. And Mark D with the C says, gotta run. Everyone have a great Friday and don't hop to another another multiverse. We won't. Have a good day. The Russo brothers. Oh, the Russo brothers directed the Winter Soldier? Okay.
Or they were
I don't
asking, was it the
Is it? I see the Russos. That's the Russos. I'm looking at the timestamp. That's about when I asked. Yep, there we go. Mark says Russo brothers directed the Winter Soldier. And remember, the Russo brothers were the ones throwing Marvel and Feige under the bus.
Yeah, it was directed by the Russos. Are they still Russo brothers or are they sisters now?
No, they're the brothers. They didn't
Okay, who are the
do
ones that went
Wachowski.
sisters?
That's the
Oh,
Wachowski.
oh, that's the
The Wachowski sisters.
Wachowski.
Jossie sisters, but yeah, the Russo brothers, and CJ also says another one. In my opinion, the Russo brothers for Infinity War, the fact that they touched on everyone's storylines in a satisfying way, pretty impressive. I liked what they did. Infinity War, Infinity War is my second favorite. Well, no, third favorite. Iron Man's always going to be my first for reasons. Then there's Winter Soldier, and then there's Infinity War. Infinity War, I left Infinity War emotionally drained, but in a good way. That one I will go back and I will watch over and over and over again. David Chilson said, "Was there any Loki references in the movie? If they were, it went right over my head because I didn't watch Loki. I couldn't. After that first episode of the show, I said no. I did not like what they did with him because Loki was not my favorite character in Thor at all, and I grew to like him. And I didn't like what the series did with him in the first episode. So I said, I'm just freaking done. I'm just freaking done." John Ware Jr. says it did look like Vormir. Maybe Vormir is a Nexus location. Okay, so it's not just me. Okay, it's not just me. All right. And Monkey Jeebus, special effects people reuse digital assets. And that's what I was thinking. So I could see them reusing that. Like, hey, we already got this code. We can kind of change it, make it a little different. Okay, cool, save money. So that's not out of the ordinary, but just kind of like how it looked instinctively. I had said Vormir, but you would only know that if you hadn't seen, if you had seen like Infinity War. So
Mhm.
let's see. So many of you guys here. I love that. Oh, okay. Here we go. Mick Lovin. Hello. Good to see you and love that avatar. Hail everyone and Lorena. The Illuminati got done dirty. LOLRIP. Okay, here's where I need help from my comics heads. Who are the Illuminati and why were people losing their freaking mind when they saw them on screen?
No idea. I'll say that right now.
To both or the Illuminati? Because I'd heard of the Illuminati, but I don't read the comics, so
I
I don't
didn't have
know.
any of the comic stuff when it came to Illuminati. And if I do, it's been a while.
But I didn't like how they pretty much slashed, Wanda pretty much slashed through all save one of the Illuminati. Well, Maria Rambo, Captain Marvel might still be alive. She got a statue, fell on her, but no dead body. So we'll see what happens. But that was another thing. The Illuminati. I wanted to know more about them, and yeah, they got done dirty. I wanted to know. I wanted to know more. If anything, for the Illuminati scene, getting to see John Krasinski as Reed Richards, I love that. Let's see. There's so many amazing, amazing comments in here. Okay, thank you so very much. This is why I love y'all. CJ says basically it's a group of the most powerful humans on Earth that protect the 616. Okay,
But they're an 818.
but they're
We meet the Illuminati in the movie in Universe 818. They're not in 616. 818, when we get introduced to Kristen, is actually telling Strange that they're from 616. The MCU is 616. The 818 is where we meet the Illuminati.
okay. Let's
Because
see.
that would mean
Release.
mutants exist in 616. We haven't seen that yet. Or the
Mm,
Fantastic Four.
okay. Lisa Rickraken says the Illuminati was a team made to fight the incursions in the beginning of the Secret Wars storyline. Okay, I keep hearing a lot about the Secret Wars storyline, so I'm gonna have to pull that up and sit down and read it for myself. David Chilson says, "Yeah, so much for my new favorite MCU character, Captain Carter." Yeah, I was not thrilled with how she went out. Need to make a good. Oh, hold on a second. Hey, Matt G, I like seeing you. You think she's dead in that universe? Maria Rambo. Eh, trust me, they're not above bringing her ass back. Not that I'm interested in it, but I wouldn't put it past them. Rabbit Slug Ouchie says needs to make a good remake on Fantastic Four. Yeah, because I have not liked any of the Fantastic Four movies that have come out. And the guy that they had before, I think he was the director on No Way Home. Originally, they had him lined up to direct the new Fantastic Four, but he backed out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say that happened. That happened this week. I don't know why they can't make a good Fantastic Four movie. The comic was awesome. So I can't see why. Well, reasons, I guess. They need to get that right. Because every time they tried a Fantastic Four movie, that last attempt, I was just like, this is so freaking bad. It's so bad. I was not happy about it. Uh, yeah, skip Morbius. I think I gave Morbius like a 1. Really did. Retro Nerd Girl, so nice to see you in my chat, and I adore that AVI. Oh, freaking love that. She says this movie is setting up the Secret Wars. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I got to read more about the Secret Wars. Indeed, thank you so very much for bringing that up, and good to see you in my chat, my dear. Oh yes, we can, and there's plenty of us. McLovin says the MCU does not feel like the 616 universe. That was weird to me.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Interesting. Is that how you kind of feel, Fat Steven? It doesn't feel like 616?
Well, the fact is, we're just the way they introduced like Xavier and four, and yet I don't. That's the thing. It's like they're saying this is 818, and they're saying they're 616. Yet we're known to the comic universe as being 616. Like I said, it's all jumbled. It's like the way Disney with Star Wars takes bits and pieces and reformats them, and then calls it this and that. It's the same thing. It's not, but it is. And until we see X-Men in 616 and mutants in 616, we don't know shit. We don't know anything.
Okay.
I almost swore.
I would kill for a good Silver Surfer movie. I love the Silver Surfer. Love the Silver Surfer. One of these days I'm gonna go in my comic book stash and show you guys some stuff. Hey, Tina Guzman says hello all. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Good to see you, my dear. Yep, those things were not good. And the last Fantastic Four movie was cringe. Yes, it was. My heart freaking broke. Ugh. Lisa McCracken says, I'm assuming the Secret Wars story in the MCU will be different since they haven't made mention of the Beyonders. Hmm. It probably will be different. What is it that Andre likes to say? 25% different.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Right now they're doing 25% gender or 25% skin tone. That's pretty much all they're going with right now.
They got that directive, folks. They are not getting away from it anytime soon. Oh man, hey Cosmo James. Oh man, everyone is talking Doctor Strange too. Ha 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 ha. Ha. Yeah, because a lot of us have been looking forward to this freaking movie for quite some time, especially when Sam Raimi was, picked to direct it. It's like, oh yeah, it's on now. Matt G, like, oh my God, I haven't seen you in like forever for $5. Thank you so very much. They still have no cameos from the original characters from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. LOL. But Inhumans gets one. LMAO, Agent Carter, and Netflix shows too. Okay, I didn't see Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so I don't know. The Inhumans, what is that?
That's the Black Bolt one.
Oh,
Here,
okay.
that's the one with the giant dog and stuff that only got like one season.
Okay, because I'm looking up like, who's this guy with the
That's
tuning
the one
fork
that
on his
blew. Yeah,
forehead?
that's the one that got his head blown in. Yeah,
I'm like, no disrespect, but all these people are freaking out in the movie theater. I'm like, who's this dude? I don't know who he is. Okay, okay, yeah, Netflix, yeah, and Agent Carter. Yeah,
the Agent Carter was literally from their What If.
yeah. And if I hadn't watched What If, I would not have known. Well, I didn't watch What If. I just saw the advertisements for it. I would not have known who that was. McLevin says the Illuminati is a mixture of people like Doctor Strange, Reed Richards, Professor X, Iron Man, Black Panther, Black Bolt, and Namor. All right. Yeah, don't get me started. Ugh, do not get me started on this because I got to wrap the show up, and we'd be here for another 2 hours for me to riff on that. Tina says I'm at work on break. Awesome. I'm on my lunch break here in a little while. Let's see. Can I see these movies for free? I would see all of these not so great Marvel movies. I technically could have watched the Eternals for free, but I said nah. No, 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 no,
I'm not going to theater Doctor Strange. I hate people. They're outside. They're everywhere.
no, no. Rambam 3000 says Reina Creole, the Inhumans got their powers when they were mutated in the Terrigen Mist. Hmm. This is why I like having y'all in here. Let's see. Thank you so much, Kaylee. Have a good one, my dear. And yes, everyone have a good weekend. Let's see. And I think we're going to wrap this one up with this comment because, like I say, my favorite moment in the movie was seeing John Krasinski as Reed Richards. So the Sentinel says my theater popped when Mr. Fantastic showed up. Yes, same as mine. People were like jumping up and yelling and crying and all of that when he showed. My jaw dropped and it was so loud when Professor X showed up in his iconic yellow chair and the X-Men animated series theme. They had me in that moment. SMF. They did too. And in a way it pissed me off what happened to
That
them. It just I hated Marvel for that. I really did. I really did. It's like
that
you
chair was too big
take
for
it
him.
and you oh God, and you take it away. You take it away. Oh, well, folks, you know what? As usual, time flies just so fast on this show. And I'm so glad you guys enjoyed it, hanging out with your great comments, pro and con about this movie. Like I said, your girl, I just give you information and my opinion. Go watch the movie and make up your own opinion about it. That's exactly how it should go. Hey Pops, good to see you, my dear. This is good talk. Well, thank you so very much. Jeremy knows it says without giving it an F, I'd say a D minus. I would give it probably like a D plus again. For reasons Benedict Cumberbatch. So, folks, a bit of news about the show. Kind of taking a little break. Hello, Black Rose Comics. The lunch table show is going to take a little summer break for a little while. The girls got life stuff going on, work stuff going on, and we've been going hard at this show for quite a while, quite a while.
Mhm.
So we're gonna take the summer off and come back like we never left, but we actually did.
Yeah.
So thank you guys so much hanging out with us, supporting the show, all of that. We absolutely so appreciate it. Eventually there will be a playlist set up that will have all of the lunch table shows. So you guys can go back and watch the shows that you didn't catch, and catch up and just have a great time. Exactly, Keely Chow, just like school.
And I will figure out something to do on a Friday in case everyone wants a pop culture fix at noon, if that's okay. So it's up to everyone
Absolutely.
because the
Mhm.
lunch table, yeah, I don't think it's a staple on the Fridays now. I think everyone relies on it.
Mhm. Exactly. So we'll be off for the summer. All the other shows are still going to be on and running around, check my page, check Twitter. So glad you enjoyed it, Retro Nerd Girl. I'm so happy to see you actually here in person. So, folks, thank you guys so very much for hanging out with us. We always do appreciate it. Take care. If you're watching the replays, thank you so much for watching the replay and hit that like button. And we will see you on Fridays, the lunch table show, again at the end
To
of the
be
summer.
continued. Sorry.
Bye, everyone.